CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Connor Hogg.
Good evening. The City of Edmonton's water supply alert warning is over. The city says the region's stormwater system has stabilized and stormwater restrictions are no longer necessary. While some clouds have cleared after days of heavy rain, the problems they've caused have not. Sports fields and some low-lying trails are closed, and many people are drying out their basements. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
The water is high in this storm pond in North Edmonton, in some parts washing over a walking path. Extra swimming space for this mother and her ducklings, and an inconvenience for this man on his daily walk. But he says at least his walkout basement is dry.
My basement is fine because I do have a slope on my grass.
Despite heavy rainfall for the last week or so, and especially over the weekend, EPCOR says stormwater facilities like this are working as designed.
You will see higher levels than normal, and they're doing their job.
Anthony Nardi says his team responded to more than 600 calls on Sunday alone. Crews were dispatched to clear catch basins and drains.
Ensuring that things are flowing where they're supposed to.
Not everything flowed where it was supposed to. Just before 11 o'clock, a dock with some boats still attached dislodged on the North Saskatchewan. Edmonton Fire sent its jet boat to intercept, but crews decided it was unsafe to do so. There's the dock with some boats still attached to it, floating just under the high-level bridge at this point. Took maybe a half hour or so for it to get from Laurier Park to here. All 5 boats appear to have stayed attached to the dock after hitting the high level as the CTV drone tracked it downriver. Elsewhere, the newly renovated pool at Coronation Rec Centre is closing due to weather-related flooding, and the West Lawn Cemetery is also dealing with the deluge, some graves inaccessible due to large puddles. More rain is expected this week.
That was CTV's Jeremy Thompson. EPCOR says that while Edmontonians can return to regular water use, it recommends staying away from stormwater ponds for the next few days. In other areas beyond Edmonton, the rain is causing overland flooding. Water systems in several communities are under pressure, and people are being asked to reduce their water use to help. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has more.
And it comes out through here and then floods the entire street.
Some streets in Sherwood Park look more like rivers. People who live here stunned by the amount of rain that came down.
My yard is completely flooded, like just the back of it.
The rising water making it difficult for drivers to get around in Spruce Grove. Beaumont was the first community to issue a water supply alert this weekend, and it's still in effect.
We had a handful of homes reporting backups in their basements, and we had considerable overland flooding around our stormwater ponds with trails flooding. We've had to close some of that.
To help reduce water use, the city closed its sports and rec center.
If people all do their part, hopefully we can get out of this pretty quickly. We definitely are keeping an eye on things for the next little while. It's a bit touch and go.
The Stony Plain Golf Course has some different action on the green. Closed Monday. Stony Plain and St. Albert issued water reduction advisory Sunday.
Our lift stations were struggling. We were at capacity within some parts of our sanitary sewer system.
Residents listened, and those advisories were lifted Monday afternoon.
I don't think we've ever had a situation where we've put water restrictions in place to help out the sanitary sewer system because of a stormwater issue. So this is a fairly unique one.
Floodplains in St. Albert and Sturgeon County are also seeing higher water levels, doing their job.
The system is designed to require some flooding of the city, and those areas are designed to be the primary locations that do get flooded when we have these major rainfall events.
As for the Sturgeon River, officials expect it'll take a couple weeks to recede. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
The town of Tofield is dealing with flooding it says it's never seen before. A state of local emergency is in effect for the town because the wastewater system is being taxed by the influx of water. CTV's Nicole Lampa reports.
It's not the typical morning drive for this motel manager, who is now dealing with extensive water damage.
The basement in the office is already flooded, and the boiler room is like half a meter water, and I don't know, the rooms is still okay, but soon it's going to be flooded.
Everyone at the Beaver Hill Motel told late Sunday night to get out.
Last night came the police and town of Tofield to evacuate everybody.
The motel's manager says 14 to 15 rooms were told to leave last night. This morning at a business across the street from here, they're dealing with water at their front door with the potential of a sewer backup.
Wading through his parking lot turned mini lake to speak with us, the owner of Tofield Packers describes what he's going through.
It's a little tense. There's no water inside the building yet.
There are concerns that will soon change.
We just tried flushing one of the toilets and it was gurgling, so I know I'm getting close to it coming in the building, and hopefully it doesn't.
Tofield's mayor says the heavy rain is causing a backed up water system.
Our wastewater systems were being taxed. We do have it under control and everything is still moving, but we're still in that state of concern with the amount of water that's around us.
3 years ago, Tofield dealt with flash flooding after a heavy downpour in just a few hours. Back then, town officials said the town was built on swampland and doesn't have underground pipes for stormwater, making drainage a frequent problem. Back at the motel, the manager says he's never seen it this bad before and has one guest who is refusing to leave.
One guy inside, he doesn't go, and I have to stay too.
Nicole Lampa, CTV News, Tofield.
A local foundation repair company says it could take weeks to get through the backlog of calls it's received about flooding and water damage.
People are panicked. People are crying on the phone. I just need somebody to come out here and tell me what's going on.
The president of Shield Foundation Repair says they've gotten more than 300 calls since last night, and about 150 people are waiting for help. He says it's the most calls the company has seen at one time since 2020. He recommends proactively checking sump pumps in newer homes and inspecting the weeping tile backwater valves in homes built before the 90s. If water does get in, move carpet out of the way and try to contain the moisture as much as possible with towels and bed sheets while you wait for help. With a late break in the rain, many people who experienced flooding are starting to clean up. The Insurance Bureau of Canada says your first call in that situation should be to your insurance company before attempting to deal with it yourself. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
The rain finally let up Monday afternoon, but not before leaving a trail of destruction.
People were here yesterday and doing everything they could to minimize the effect of water dripping through the ceiling.
When people arrived at Community of Christ Sunday morning, instead of taking part in Sunday service, the congregation banded together to salvage what they could.
Really serious water coming in through the roof and then through the ceiling.
They discovered a drain was clogged, meaning the heavy, steady rain over the past few days pooled on top of the roof.
Cleared the drain, and the water that had been standing on the roof then just sucked down into the hole, went wherever it goes from there. And within a few minutes, then the dripping began to subside.
Really, the first step is to check your insurance policy. Overland flood and sewer backup coverage is optional, so not everybody has it.
Rob Dupree with the Insurance Bureau of Canada says about 80% of Albertans have opted for protection.
It's not something you want to try to tackle yourself, only because if you're not doing it properly and not drying things out correctly, you can have long-term issues like mold and mildew growth.
He says on average, basement repairs could be in the tens of thousands of dollars. After the last significant prolonged rainfall a few weeks ago, thousands of insurance claims were made. He expects similar numbers after this rainfall.
This time of year, many of these qualified experts, they're going to be busy because many people have experienced flooding, but it's important to get on that list.
The extent of repairs the church will need is still unknown.
The carpet is still squishy. And the drywall is very badly stained from water.
While they'd love to have the sanctuary cleaned up in time for next Sunday's service, they do have a backup space just in case. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The province is halting its new procurement plan for integrated fire and EMS operators. This spring, the province said it was setting a new, lower benchmark price for ambulance services. 7 municipalities with an integrated service, where firefighters are also trained as paramedics, would have to pay the difference. Local councils, including those in St. Albert, Strathcona County, Spruce Grove, and Leduc, spent days debating whether to get rid of their integrated services. Hospital and surgical Surgical Health Services Minister Adriana LaGrange said today she's notified those communities she wants to pursue a more deliberate, effective path forward. The cities of Leduc and Spruce Grove, who voted to get rid of their integrated services, say they need more details before telling us what this means for their communities. Prices are up according to Statistics Canada annual inflation report for the month of May. In Alberta, inflation is higher than the national average for a few reasons.
There's some additional factors for Alberta. One would be auto insurance premiums have spiked, as we noted in the report, 26% year over year. Recreation costs, some health service costs. So some odds and ends that are increasing faster than Alberta, but I think vehicle insurance premiums would be the number one factor.
The national inflation rate hit 3.2% in May, while Alberta's rose to 3.7%. Across the country, energy prices are the big driver, with gasoline up more than 33% from a year ago. Economists say if the U.S.-Iran peace deal does actually hold, inflation should begin to drop quickly. Nursing students at the University of Alberta are using virtual reality to immerse themselves in real-life scenarios. It started off as a pilot project and is now being implemented in part to get student feedback. CTV's Nair Manisa reports.
Check and see if you're logged in.
These University of Alberta nursing students are gearing up for a virtual hospital shift.
Hi, Mr. Earl. My name is Addie. I'm one of the nursing students helping here today.
They are experiencing what it's like working in a hospital through these headsets.
To practice like your nursing skills, like your communication skills there, and then just practice with your also critical thinking. It provides such a safe environment, and then if you ever make a mistake, there's no risk of like patient harm.
Just running a few assessments now.
Virtual reality is now part of the curriculum for the nursing program.
We can't always guarantee that students are going to learn and be exposed to every clinical situation. But in virtual reality, we can actually create those situations.
Let's call a code, and one of you has to yell out starting compressions.
In this scenario, a patient has stopped breathing. These nurses need to work together to save his life.
I'm going to start compressions right now.
Okay. 1,
2, 3. It's a scenario. It's a VR. It's not an actual clinical space. Yet my heart was still pumping hard that, oh my God, I don't want this patient to die on me.
What started off as a pilot project is now being extended.
So it's that level of technology that creates more immersive learning environments that really brings students to apply their skills and feel like it's a realistic situation to help them take it seriously so they can apply their knowledge.
A hands-on lesson giving them a chance to work on their bedside manner or tackle a code blue where a patient needs immediate resuscitation.
VR gives students a really good opportunity to have their first attempt at something more maybe serious like that be something with a little bit lower stakes without consequence, but still feeling very real and very immersive.
More than 900 students have practiced using the VR tool. The university is looking to add a third lab this fall. Nair Manisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
A much smaller World Cup was held in Edmonton today at Holy Child Catholic Elementary School. Each year, the school hosts its own soccer tournament called Mundialito. That's Spanish for Mini World Cup. The name is a nod to the school's bilingual program. Much like the real World Cup, each class represents a different country.
It's about diversity and multiculturalism, and we hope for the kids to just take that love for the world.
I'm feeling very excited that me and my friends can work together and have a fun time and play against other teams and other grades in this tournament.
This is the 20th year for the school's Mini World Cup. Coming up next, the province reverses course on a planned price increase for beer and alcohol. And also just ahead, a war of words between Calgary City Council and other levels of government over sound levels at the Stampede.
It's a good balance between the local needs of the residents, but also the recognition that Calgary Stampede is an important part of our economy.
Good evening, folks. It was a super soaker of a weekend, just over 100 millimeters officially, about 80 millimeters at the airport. Look at Elk Island, 140. We'll show you some of the backyard rain gauges that had even more. We're now at the airport, wettest June on record. Records don't go back as far as they do for the downtown weather station at Blatchford. This is now the second wettest June on record. probably break that record this coming weekend. We'll talk more about the sunshine in the short term and the rain for the coming weekend in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Alberta is reversing its decision to increase the price of beer. Earlier this month, the AGLC brought in new minimum prices for beer sold in bars and restaurants. The price of a 20-ounce pint of beer would increase from $3.20 to $5. In a statement, Service Alberta Minister Dale Nally says the government has directed the AGLC to reverse the decision to provide businesses and Albertans with greater certainty and consistency. A decision by Calgary City Council affecting the length and volume of concerts at the Calgary Stampede is causing quite a stir. Politicians from every level of government are sounding off on the changes and urge the city to rethink the move. CTV's Jordan Canagan has more.
As preparations continue for the Cowboys Music Festival, it's the noise before the Stampede event that's being turned up.
We really didn't know what's going on, so the effects could be laying off, job loss, could be loss of revenues for both me and the city.
Updated noise rules mean weekday music for outdoor concerts and events will have to end by 12:30 a.m. And the allowable volume is 5 decibels lower than last year.
It's a good balance between the local needs of the residents, but also the recognition that Calgary Stampede is an important part of our economy and we need to support festivals like this.
But the political pushback has been swift. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith saying the fun police have struck again, this time targeting the Stampede. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre also chiming in, saying so-called City Hall gatekeepers are making a big mistake.
We're definitely happy to work alongside industry to see ways that we can address those concerns that the local residents have while also allowing as much flexibility. But to be clear, it's not helpful for Ottawa politicians like Pierre Poilievre weighing in on what's happening here in Calgary. Stay in your lane, man.
Even those living near the Beltline Festival seem split.
Like, why? Let people have some fun, right? It's not that big of a deal. It's no different than when it was done by Victoria Park.
There's still families that need sleep. We still need to live. We still pay rent here to live comfortably.
But a debate will be back at City Hall on Tuesday, where a motion seeks to reverse the rule changes.
I think that the city really will take a good look at it and try to understand best what's for everybody involved. And I'm pretty sure the mayor wants to do the right thing for everyone as well.
Jordan Canagan, CTV News, Calgary.
Parks Canada is working to slow down the progression of a fatal disease in bats. White nose syndrome is a fungal infection that can kill an entire population of bats. In the past few years, it's been detected in Alberta, including a cave in Jasper National Park. Parks Canada crews are now spreading a fungi-fighting probiotic at cave entrances where bats hibernate. While there's no known cure for the fungus, the probiotic has been shown to slow its growth and spread. After days of rain, earthworms have taken over some local sidewalks. This video was taken in South Edmonton yesterday. The worms come out when the soil is saturated. They typically use the air and organic material in the soil to breathe. So when the ground is soaked, they need to come to the surface.
I'm sure it's going to have an impact on the population because of, you can see that when they start walking on the outside the soil, the birds start eating them, especially magpies, and other birds start hunting them. So that might have an impact on their population.
An agricultural science professor says while the worms may gross some people out, they play an important role in keeping the soil healthy. And once the ground dries, the surviving worms will head back underground. Oilers defenseman Connor Murphy is staying in Edmonton. The 33-year-old signed a 5-year contract worth $4.1 million a season. The Oilers originally acquired Murphy in a trade with the Chicago Blackhawks last season. He scored 4 points in his first 20 games with the Oilers and 3 points in 6 playoff games. The Oilers also re-signed center Jason Dickinson yesterday. He was acquired in a separate trade with Chicago. He had 4 points in 17 regular season games and 3 points during the playoffs. Coming up after the break, tagging along with a 12-year-old track athlete who's broken a 50-year record.
next year I want to be on Team Alberta, and then hopefully one day I'll be in the Olympics.
Wake up with us at CTV Your Morning Edmonton for the latest local news, up-to-the-minute weather, traffic updates, and lifestyle entertainment. There's no brighter way to start your day. CTV Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays 6 to 9. Watch live on Crave. Programming brought to you by the Alberta Securities Commission. Visit checkfirst.ca.
Welcome back. 18 degrees this afternoon in Edmonton. Nice little break from the rain for a while, and then it returned through the early evening hours into the 20s across the northwest, where it remains extremely dry. It has been just soaked from Edmonton to the east. Peace Country is almost in drought-like conditions there. 9 degrees for a morning low today, 18 for a daytime high, 4 degrees cooler than average. Look at this rainfall. We told you we were going to show you some backyard rain gauges. At the high end, 150 to 165 millimeters of rain. That's 15 to 16 and a half centimeters of rain in about 2.5 days. That big upper level low, though, is starting to move off to the southeast. We'll see some fog patches tomorrow morning in central and north central Alberta, then mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Chance of some scattered showers or thunderstorms in east central and northeastern Alberta. It remains really dry, as we said, in through the Peace Country. You might get a scattered shower or thunderstorm, but there's no relief from the dry conditions in the form of heavy, steady, prolonged rain. Just sort of hit and miss showers and thunderstorms, potentially late tomorrow and again maybe late Wednesday. And there is a slight chance that you might see one or two of these track east towards the Edmonton area. So Wednesday night, it's not a 0% chance, but it's low enough that I've left it out of the forecast. I really think here in the city and surrounding areas, it's probably Friday night and then into the weekend that things start to get wet again. In the 8 to 10 degree range for morning lows tomorrow, 5 in Red Deer. Look at the heat ramping up across the northwest. Sunshine into the mid to high 20s, 25 for Fort McMurray. As you move further south into the low 20s, and then about mid 20s with some sunshine into Jasper tomorrow afternoon. Red Deer 21 or 22. We'll get to about 22 or 23. Fog patches in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon. Mid 20s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's your chance of showers, thunderstorms Friday night. And then some rain Saturday, Sunday. It remains to be seen just how heavy and steady that is, but it could be enough to push us into the title holder spot for wettest June on record. That is your forecast.
Edmonton International Airport is getting ready for its busiest time of year. The airport has added a few new destinations this summer, including Iceland, Montreal, and Terrace, BC. Domestic traffic is also up through the first part of this year. The airport says travelers will benefit from upgraded CT X-rays at security. Electronics and liquids under 100 milliliters can stay inside carry-ons during that screening. A 12-year-old track athlete has leapt over a record that stood for 5 decades in this city. CTV's Curtis Goodrum reports.
Come on, come on, come on. The jump that broke a 50-year-long record. Piper Lee, a 12-year-old athlete from Edmonton, jumping 5.13 meters at her first outdoor track meet of the year, breaking the previous long-standing result of 4.84 meters. At city finals, she broke her own recently set record, jumping a mighty 5.2 meters.
I kind of wasn't just thinking about anything, I just really wanted it.
Training side by side with her sister multiple days a week, both of them competing with each other to be the highest performing athlete in their household.
I train 5 to 7 days a week, not including competitions, and then some days are pole vault, some days are long jump, and some days are track. The way we have it, it's all equal, so like I'll get a couple rest days, some days will be lighter, some days will be all out.
Addison helps push her sister, especially in sprints.
I love sprinting, just the short sprints because I don't have much endurance. I also love pole vault, it's really fun.
Addison isn't the only one pushing Piper to the finish line.
Push, Piper, push!
Their parents say Piper has always been competitive.
She actually started playing baseball and was frustrated at the speed of the other kids on the team and let us know that she didn't want to play anymore because everyone else was too slow.
Piper's parents believe her success comes from a drive to be the best.
So if you want to be more, then you probably have to do more.
And really it's just kind of helping set an example, hard work, being resilient, and just kind of having that integrity to strive for your best.
She hopes that drive will take her far.
Next year I want to be on Team Alberta, and then hopefully one day I'll be in the Olympics.
Before that, her goal is to make it to Junior Nationals. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
Thank you for spending your time here. For the latest news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Have a good night.